In today's video, I will be sharing how I planned the week of July 11 through 13 in my Plum Paper Vertical Priorities Planner. Hey y'all, I'm Lauren, and today's video starts with the sped up version of me setting up my week. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. About once a month, I like to share this type of video where I basically film a plan with me every day for the whole week, and I put it all into one video so you can see the evolution of my week and get a real-time feel for what planning looks like for me each day. I consider myself a very functional planner, so I share lots of practical planning tips. At the end of this week's video, I share the new highlighters I bought during Amazon Prime Days, so if you're interested in seeing that, I hope you stick around and watch till the end. Yes, this is a pretty long video, so hopefully you're watching this while cooking dinner or washing dishes. That's usually when I like to watch longer Plan With Me videos. Before I say anything more, I do want to say that I did film this week's daily check-ins on one of those foldable tables, so you'll see the camera shake a little every now and then. Future videos will not be filmed this way, so I hope you can just ignore that. Also, my 4-year-old was in the room during some of my check-in days, so I hope any noise you hear from her doesn't bother you too much. But that's my real life. I plan with the kids in the same room, and there isn't really any way of escaping that a lot of the time, especially with it being summer break. My goal with my YouTube channel is to show up as I am, and that means my videos aren't perfect. So I hope you can appreciate that and want to stick around and maybe subscribe. Oh yeah, in this video, I also share how I've been using my planner to budget. So if you're interested in seeing that, stay tuned. I'll try and remember to leave timestamps in the description to help you navigate. Okay, enough about that. Back to the planning and what you came here for. Because I've been in this planner for like a month and a half, I have been playing around with setting it up to try and figure out what I like best. And so for this week, I set it up to where I broke down morning and afternoon, because the week before, I think it was kind of cluttered for me to have all of my schedule in just one section. So that's why I broke it down into morning and afternoon, and that actually helped me a lot that week, so that it just kind of didn't feel overwhelming when I looked at it. And I did do a lot of pre-planning with sticky notes for that week, but that was really because I knew I was going to film and I wanted to have all the information right there ready to go, so that when I was like ready to write the things in, I already had all the information written down. So there was some pre-planning that was done beforehand, and I did use stickers. These stickers are from Knockout Printshop. I'll try and remember to leave a note in the description. And the little time stickers, those are transparent, and those are from Orange Umbrella Co. And I got those in the Julie's Plans font. And those arrows that you just saw, those are Planner Kate stickers. Those are from her shop. I do have a monthly calendar that I use to figure out what my chores are going to be, and that's where I turn to every week when I'm setting up my week to pull from to write down what chores are going to get done. That's where in my to-do section here that's where I ended up putting the chores. I mixed it in. In previous weeks, I separated them out. So since I didn't really have too much, I figured I would mix them up. Sometimes like I said, I've been trying to figure out like what works, what doesn't work for me. And I really think it just depends on the week. So if a week is going to be a little bit busier, then I tend to know, I guess if I think about it in advance and I know that, it makes it easier to figure out like how am I going to set it up so that when I look at this week, I don't feel overwhelmed, because that's, for me, that's the main goal with weekly planning, is for me to look at this as opposed to looking at my monthly view. Because if I look at my monthly view and I see all the things happening, then that can feel overwhelming. So that's why I like looking at it on a weekly basis. Good morning. Today is July the 11th, and I am going to go ahead and start planning out my day and finalizing like the setup for this week. So let's see. So usually when I start the new week, what I do is I look back on the previous week and I make sure that everything got done. My pen is acting up. Okay. Those got done. So I check off from the day before what I did. So journal, I did not. Actually, yes, I did. I did journal yesterday. Just gonna scribble out. I don't have my whiteout with me. Yes, I did. Did not check the app yesterday. And I did write in that yesterday. I did not do the bathroom sink, so that's gonna move over. And I did not get to fertilize yesterday. Still not have done my husband's blood test. I did not work on this. Okay, so I need to make sure that gets moved over. So I'm gonna write it here. Okay, that's something that goes on the 15th of every month, so that's why I'm putting it there. Today I was going to go ahead and make up for the hibiscus. I don't have my, it's fine. What I had did when I was setting this up was use a gray mild liner to just like highlight. I highlighted first and then I drew the boxes on top for like cleaning related tasks, so I can kind of differentiate, but I don't have it with me right now, so it's just gonna not fertilize. And let me think. Oh yeah, the blood test was the other thing. I think the sink gets done every Friday. It's not really that dirty, so I'll just wait till Friday. Blood test. What am I gonna write down? This blood test. It's for my husband to take, and he probably need to have him do it this day, like this morning. He has to it's like a cholesterol blood test. It's one of those like at-home tests that you get from Everlywell, and he has to fast for it. So that means it has to be done in the morning. Usually he wakes up in the morning and is like out the door by like 3:45 in the morning. So that's like way too early on a normal day for work. And like he was like working all last week, all through last weekend to make up for the holiday. So I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna hope I'm gonna remember before he eats on Sunday morning. Maybe if I write it in big. And I might come back. I don't have my highlighters right here next to me. I will highlight it something just to make it stand out more. Okay. I'll go ahead and write these in. Obviously, filming a plan with me is not something I want to do like every day, all the time, but this week I want to make sure, even though I have it written like down here, I want to make sure I don't forget, so that's why it's also up here. I use the Planta app. I have the free version, so it just helps remind me like every day which ones I need to plant. I've gotten like so many. That it's really helped me like make sure I'm staying on top of them and watering them at the right schedule. Okay. Let's see. I can check this off because that's what I'm doing now. Just filming the plan with me. I didn't write plan with me, but that's what this is for. All these film thing. All right. So I don't think I'm going to write out a daily plan with me in my daily planner because I don't really have a lot on my mind right now. So we're just going to try and have a chill day. That's what I am going to do. These are orders that are coming in the mail. I actually have something coming in today. Like the last part of the Amazon order is supposed to be coming in today. It's like all the kids' school, all the kids' school supplies. So I'm just gonna like and it just kind of helps remind me that I have packages coming, and that way I can like stay on top of making sure they all get here, especially when I do like a big Target order, or even if I do a big Amazon order, sometimes the things come in like multiple different packages, and then so I have to go in and check and make sure the things arrive. You know what annoys me? I wish Amazon, okay, I can't be the only one who knows this and dislikes this about when they send a shipping notification in an email. In those emails, they say, you know, your order shipped, but in the email, it doesn't show you what it is. So then you have to like click through and you have to like sign into your account to go find out what it is. I wish that they would just do like Target does and show you it within the email. These are the items that are coming you know, in this package. That way I can like keep track more simply. Of course, I'm aware there is an app notification that Amazon sends out, and in the app notification that Amazon sends out, it does show me what specifically is coming. Like today, this morning, I had a notification saying that that last item, which is like a pencil pouch for my daughter, is coming today for delivery on Amazon, and showed like the picture and everything. And I'm just like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me why they don't do that in the email. Okay, rant over. That's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Hey guys, it's Tuesday, and before I get started, like actually putting in my plans, I'm going to fix my daily page so that I have a schedule section on this side, and I'll leave the to-do list here, but I'll go ahead and speed through this part so that you are not bored. Okay, so now that I put the dates in, I'm going to go ahead and mark in my schedule for today. Let's see.
Mom.
I have to get new tires at
Mom.
I have to get new tires at 1, and hopefully that takes only 30 minutes. But I do have to drive a while to get there. And then I'm just gonna kind of, I guess I'm gonna write it like check boxes, even though they're not like to-dos, but I'm gonna put them, because I don't have my dot marker with me. I'm just gonna go ahead and mark it so that I know where I'm going afterwards. Go to Office Depot. There's a backpack there that my daughter likes. And Once Upon a Child. See if I can get some jeans for the girls for school.
The girls. Mama says the girls.
New tires. And I have to leave about 11:30. And then I should be back by 4:30. This is like, it's like all drive time. I'm trying to see how am I gonna, it's kind of all travel and errands. And then
This. Whoa.
I use,
Whoa.
DO stands for drop off. All right, so yeah, it's already like 10 o'clock, so I need to figure out today. Put it down. I already looked this morning. I was browsing the Amazon Prime day sales. I did see something that I want to get. I do have some kids' birthdays coming up soon, so okay. So I know yesterday I said I wasn't going to do one, but I ended up doing one. And let's see, we did that. Did not do that, and I am not gonna do it. Not even gonna bother this week. I forgot to ask my daughter to do this and that, and the plants did get watered yesterday, but they also need to get watered again today. Probably not gonna have time to do any of that journaling video stuff today because I'm gonna be like out and about most of the day. But let me grab. Nope, this is not a toy. Okay, let me grab. And I did edit this yesterday. I see the flowers, honey. Okay, I'm doing this now. We did water the plants yesterday. Actually, I think there was one plant that I forgot to water yesterday, but that's fine. It's really more to like remind me to look at the Planta app that tells me what to do. Yeah. I did write in my content planner. I did take my vitamins already this morning. Trash to the road is really like the only other like main important thing today. I might have some Target packages come in, but really the only thing I need to do today is make sure I take the trash to the curb. And you might notice that I already have it written down here because with Agendio you can like customize things that are especially repeated, and that's where they end up going, but it's so tiny, it's really easy to overlook. So that's that, and make sure I water the plants. Let me get these things on here from yesterday, so I'll make sure I tell my girls bathroom sink. And there's some cobwebs on the porch that I asked my son. Butterfly. Yep, butterfly. Porch. I'll let him take care of that. Plan with me. That's what I'm doing right now. And I'm sure there might be other things. Usually like what happens is things will come up, and then or I'll like need somewhere to write down like a quick note. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to leave it at today, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Yay. Morning, it's Wednesday, and I'm going to try and keep this short today because I need to recover from my day out yesterday and my trip. So I'm just going to check off like a few things. Let's see, yesterday I did do that filming, and today I am doing that right now. I am going to write over here pretty much all these things, that way I don't have to look at this. I know it seems like I'm repetitive when I do this, but it's for my mind and my like sometimes anxious mind. It helps me to have it written down on here and then have this open for today so that I can just focus on today. There are times where I'm just like I'm in that headspace where it's okay. But when I have like this, I have a pretty good list. And I don't want to be bothered with like being reminded of all the things, so I'm not going to leave it open. But so let's see. And let's see, today is the finale for Miss Marvel. We've been watching it as a whole family. Like, all of us. Me and my husband and the kids, which rarely happens. Okay, so I need to change the shower curtain. We have one of those in my kids' bathroom. I have one of those shower curtains, like the hookless ones that have a snap out liner. And we have 2 liners, so we rotate. There's one will be on and one will be ready to change. And then when both of them are dirty, I wash them both together. And what I've been doing is changing them out every 2 weeks. Before I put it on my calendar, which actually, let me show you the calendar that my cleaning calendar that I pull from. This one was June, and this is for July. So what I do when I'm planning out my week is I reference this so that I can see like what all the tasks were assigned for that day. I'm probably going to, even though it's like barely the middle of July, I'll probably probably early next week, I'll probably set up August cleaning schedule, which it almost exactly is the same as this. It only varies because I kind of have it following based on like my cycle, which actually ended up not starting until Monday. So that pushes, I think I have an app called MyFlow on my phone that helps me track the phases. And usually I like to do like these types of tasks, the ones that are really deep cleaning during my luteal phase. I think that's how you pronounce it, luteal, whatever. The luteal phase, which is that phase right before the menstrual phase. That's usually when I'm most likely to feel like cleaning and doing that kinds of stuff. It's sort of similar to like a nesting effect that you get when you're pregnant. It's like that same thing, or at least for me, I've noticed that that's the time in my month when I want to do those things. So that's why I have like that set up for there. So it's getting close to where like I need to kind of figure out when I'm gonna do these again. So I need to start thinking about getting the August one set up. But let me go back. So we watched this as a family. Change the shower curtain. So I don't need to wash them today because they were washed the last time. So I actually have an extra that's clean already and I just need to swap it. I do need to wash all my bedding. And I'm gonna dust the ceiling fan. I dust the ceiling fan before I take off all the bedding because the ceiling fan is right above my bed. So if any dust comes down, it'll, you know, get on the sheets and then the sheets end up going into the wash. So towels, sponge, and mat.
Mom.
And I need to vacuum my master bedroom and bathroom, which I have a Roomba. And that's what that means. It's just for me to set my Roomba up. It's like the best thing I've ever gotten was to invest in a Roomba. right. I did place some, today's also like still Prime Day, so I might take a peek at it and see if there's anything else. But I did place an order yesterday, mostly things that we need around the house. So, like items that I would have bought anyway, but like it ended up being like a good deal. So, but there was one thing in there that I got that wasn't like a necessary purchase. It was some highlighters that, that someone had shared Julie's plans, and I happened to notice that it was part of like Prime Day sale. So I ended up buying the natural set. I think it's like 12 highlighters and natural colors. So I'm excited to see when they get here. I was told it'll be here Friday, so I'll probably have them before the end of this video. Maybe I'll do like some swatching for you guys if it is here by then. But I'm excited. So I might hold off on setting up next week so that I can use those new highlighters, the new highlighter colors. Okay. I ended up not even looking at the app yesterday, but it'll be okay. I'm gonna make sure I do that today. So let me write it down. I've opened it. Already opened the app, and it I've got a couple things that need to get watered. I'm not sure if I wrote in my content planner yesterday. I'll have to check, but I don't think I did. I did post something though at the very end of the day, like when I after dinner I posted I made a reel and posted it on Instagram, so I just need to write down that's what I did.
Mom.
Today I already had my vitamins, and I'm filming this right now.
Vitamins?
Yeah, I had my vitamins.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. All right. I think that's it. And I already received like all, I think I need to write down like Target check order, because we got the rest of our, I think we got the rest of my Target order yesterday.
I go pee.
But I need to go through, you need to go potty? Go ahead. I need to check my order and like make sure everything came. So that needs to happen. And I'm sure there are other things I will come across. I'll have space, but I'm just glad I don't have to do all that driving anymore today. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, it is Thursday, and I've already begun planning, and just wanted to share a little bit about like how Thursdays usually look for me, as far as like what I do. My schedule is not a normal schedule for a Thursday, but that's okay. I already filled in some of these things from yesterday that I did, and I'm filming this now, and I already took my vitamins this morning, and I as you can see, I already checked off. Actually, I dusted yesterday too. I guess because I had dusted the fan, I ended up just like, let me just dust everywhere. I do want to show, I went ahead, I already set this up while I was eating breakfast.
And we ate buses.
Yeah, I was eating breakfast, so.
And me?
Sit down, honey. And I mapped out my schedule. Like yesterday, I didn't do the schedule thing because I wasn't going anywhere, but today, I did it. Doing this whenever I have like multiple things going on helps me kind of see where the pockets of time are so that I can know like how much time I have to get things done. And this really like helps me for those days. So I've already written down what I need to do today. The main important thing is paying my bills, and I wanted to share a little bit about how I do that. Up until this week, I was using my budgeting stuff in a different planner. It was a half-letter disc size, and I have been, like many other people in the planning community, thinking about next year and what planner they're going to use. And because Erin Condren with their Daily Duo, they came out with an extra notes page, it occurred to me that I totally could use the Daily Duo and merge my daily planning and my budgeting planning into that one planner because of that extra notes page. This agenda that I created, I added an extra lined page at the end of Sunday. So this is almost set up kind of like a Daily Duo in the sense that like Sunday's always ending here and there's a blank note page here. So I figured I would test out merging the two in this setup while I still have it, because this planner, this agenda that I set up ends like September 11th or something like that. And I went ahead and for like the rest of this duration, I put all the pages in. So I'll go ahead and show you one of them so you can kind of understand a little bit about what I mean. And I used the double-side tape to stick the insert. These inserts are from Infinite Lotus, and I started using them as they have a version that is undated. The layout is specifically for bills, and then they do have another one that was dated that wasn't specifically for bills, but the layout was exactly the same. You can't see the way I have this set up. You can't see the way the other side of this insert is supposed to look, but it's basically like 2 columns, and it's broken down on the top. There's like 2 sections here, and then columns, and they have little circles for like checking off, but they're not on this side, they're on this side of the column, and then there's a notes section on the bottom. So what I did was I taped over the Sunday page. Sundays I typically don't use my daily planner, so, and even if I decide I need to use a daily page on a Sunday, I could just use a sticky note list pad, or I could actually use an undated I have an undated Moxie Life notepad that's their daily page that I could use instead. So this is where I map out the bills using page flags, and I relocate them after I've paid it. So I have sticky notes in here, and on here I use, these are little tab transparent sticky things that are from Point & Hun, to mark each of these so that when I'm working on my bills later today and I start paying them off, I can like remove this page flag and look for August. That's why I marked August. Look for August and that week that it's due on the 14th, and stick it there on that date, so that whenever it gets to that time, then I know like that's when it's due. This has helped me so much so that I'm not forgetting the recurring bills, and it's easy to just like stick them down, and then when I'm ready to sit down and actually like write down what the bills are for that paycheck, I can just glance at the week and see my husband's paychecks, paydays are on Thursdays. So I just look at what falls from that paycheck until the next paycheck and write those bills in. And then the little asterisk I have there is the ones that I need to manually go pay. I realize that like we live in a world where everything can be automated, and to an extent I do have some bills that are automatically drafted out of our account, but my husband works outdoors and his hours vary depending on if they work on the weekends or if they get rained out because of weather, and he doesn't have a set amount every single week. I really wish that was the case, because that would definitely make my job a lot easier in figuring things out, but that's not the case. So every paycheck I have to sit down and manually pay a lot of things. And this is just a system that I have been using for the last year already, writing it down like this. Before I was doing this, I was using an Excel spreadsheet, except what would happen with the Excel spreadsheet is that once that week passed, I would erase the information and then just move the columns up, and I wouldn't have like a backlog to like reference to see what did I pay. And so in this way it's kind of cool, because then I have a backlog that I can look at if I need to. Rarely do I need to look back and see like when did I pay that. I do have a checkbook register that I still use to keep track of the money in our account, and I am so glad that's what I do, because last month, or it was in May. Anyway, our bank systems they've revamped their app, and I guess it was Mercury retrograde, y'all, and so they did not time that right, and it just was a disaster. So it ended up to where nobody could access the app. Everybody had to use their website, and then their website was just like, there was like a delay in for you to log in to like see your banking information. So I'm so glad that I already was somebody who was still doing things old school and just writing things down. Every time I use my debit card, I swipe, I keep the receipt, I write it down, and I always know how much money is in our checking account at all times. I do not rely on me simply logging into my bank and looking and seeing how much money is there, because there's always a lag. There's always some kind of check that I've written. Yes, I still write checks sometimes. There's a check that hasn't cleared yet, or there's a transaction that has gone through PayPal but hasn't yet cleared my bank. So long story short, I highly recommend writing down and keeping track of your checkbook register, and not relying on the internet to always be working, or the apps for your bank to always be working, because that was like a whole month fiasco where I could not log in. I think it was actually like a whole week or longer where we couldn't even log in anywhere. We couldn't even use their online banking to check and see if things cleared. So I had to like call them and ask them, hey, did this clear? I had written out a check for taxes, and I needed to make sure that it went through. And I had some transactions that we didn't have the receipt for. I needed to know what the amounts were, so that's why I had to call them. And the lady I was talking to, she actually said that the same thing, that that her husband was like me and very meticulous about keeping track of how much they have all the time. And thankfully, because he was like that, they were also in the same situation like I was, where we weren't frantic without information about our bank, and we didn't feel lost not being able to log in. But anyway, all I have to do is do the bills, and I will end up writing down probably a list of the things over here and check them off as I go, because sometimes if a bill isn't absolutely due today and I have a busy day like I do, I won't necessarily go in and like pay all the things. I'll probably just do absolutely what needs to get done today, and then I will come back to it tomorrow to finish the rest when I have a little bit more time and can be more thorough. Like usually on a payday, I am crunching numbers and budgeting out in advance too. So it's not just like paying the bills, it's also kind of these. And another thing about paying bills, sometimes it uses up a lot more mental bandwidth than I realize. And so what I like to do is on a day where if I am proactive and I remember this ahead of time and I'm good about it, I will make sure. I'm sorry, you guys, my daughter is eating her goldfish and she's just making a ton of noise with the cup. I will make sure that, well, if I remember, like today I'm aware of this, I will try and get some things done that are some headspace, like that are mental tasks, like some of these are. I'll try and get those done before I tackle paying the bills and looking at that stuff, because if I do the bill stuff first, then sometimes that wipes me out, and then I don't want to do anything else that requires like mental brain power. Heck, sometimes I don't want to I don't even want to do laundry, and that doesn't even take any mental power. Although like I do sort my laundry, so I guess in a way like it's because I don't want to sort, but I don't know. I actually have thought about needing to move my laundry day to not on Thursdays because of the payday at the same time, so that I'm not doing both. But we will reevaluate my chores and when I do them next month when school starts and all my kids are gone out the house, because that my days are just going to look so much more different, and I can decide then what I think might work better. So that is it for today. I have, as you can see, a busy one. It's going to be a long day. I'm going to be tired when I get back home at the end of it, and hopefully all this stuff will have gotten done. All this stuff has to get done before I head out to the games today. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. It is Saturday. It's actually already 11 o'clock, and I'm going to do this quickly. I didn't get around to filming yesterday morning because I didn't really have much, and so I just figured I would skip it, save you guys the time. So I am going to quickly check off some things. I did not film actually, I didn't take my vitamins yet, so I'm trying to remember to do that when I get off here. I did water plants yesterday, and I do believe I wrote in my content planner. I think I will double check in a little while and make sure. I washed the bathroom mats, and I placed a grocery order yesterday, so I got to go pick that up in a little bit. I did not do the email, which I think I already wrote it out a while ago, what I wanted to do, and then so that's why I'm just kind of like stalling on it. So this is what the daily planner has looked like. That's what it looked like yesterday. I didn't finish checking things off yesterday, but that's okay. I did order the groceries. I did not do the bathroom sink. And I did not check the order. And I did water plants. There is, oh my god, a hummingbird just came up to the window. That's so cute. Okay. So moving over, I'm gonna write, I did finish the book this morning. So now I get to start a new book. I picked up a new book from the library. If you saw my stories on Instagram, I shared how I picked up a summer book. I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but the book I was reading, it was something on Kindle. And like if you have Amazon Prime and you get access to books on there, it was one of those books. I don't know how soon into the book I realized that like it was kind of themed around not themed Christmas, but just like the events of the story circulated around the Christmas holiday. And so I'm like, great, this is like a Christmas book. But it turned out it wasn't like really a Christmas book. I guess since I was reading it and I wasn't like watching a movie of it, it didn't feel like I was watching a Hallmark Christmas movie. So so that like was fine. It was a good like storyline. And since I finished reading that one, I was like, okay, I need to get something summery. And I was like, it's got a beach on the cover and a woman in a bathing suit, so I better not be disappointed. I wanted my mind to be brought back into like current season. Yesterday, my Amazon Prime order showed up, which most of the things were house related, and I do have the highlighters that I ordered right here next to me, and I will show you in a little bit. Let me just finish getting these things written down. Target order check. Like I just need to check and make sure everything came. I'm pretty sure everything did, but either last year for the back to school time or the year before, I had some items like a notebook or some folder, something like that, just disappeared. And I believe we had received a shipping notification, but then we never received it. So I just need to make sure that like all the things that were in there, because there was just so many, that everything came in the bathroom sink. So we have a date night tonight. I'm gonna go watch Thur. So I gotta head out here soon to go pick up this grocery order, and I'm gonna grab some lunch while I'm out too, and then come back, and then I'll get these things taken care of before I have to get ready for my date night. I don't know if I'm gonna complete it, but I'm going to look for the writing. I have a notebook that I usually write things out in sometimes, and I'm pretty sure I wrote something down that I noted that like this could potentially be that email, so I need to find it. And that's I have a note on my reminder on my phone about these blog posts, so I'm not going to rewrite it because I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to wait till next week, so I don't feel the need to like write it in right now. I do need to I need to do yoga before my date night, because otherwise I'm going to get back really late and I'm not going to want to. Well, I'll still do it. It's just going to be late. So I'm going to try and do the yoga before I get ready. I'm going to put it down right here. And I'm going to try and do at least like 15 minutes. And hopefully I'll see that. Sometimes if I put like a to-do list here, sometimes it helps to put it in the calendar, just because I usually don't have anything in here, and it kind of helps, like it almost stands out better. One time we were gonna we needed to go somewhere. I think it was like before a soccer game or something. And I knew that I needed to shave my legs. So I was like, I'm going to put it right here as like a check mark in the calendar. And I'm so glad I did that because that helped. And I actually was like, oh shoot, I do need to shave before we go. And seeing it here helped versus it being lost in this to-do list. So I'd seen other people kind of do that sometimes, where they would, in their scheduling section of their planner, they would put like little to-do stuff, and I didn't really quite understand, like, why would you put it there when you can put it in the to-do list? But I do understand it, because it could easily, like I said, it can easily get lost, especially if it's something like that where it's like almost time sensitive. It's like, hello, I need to shave before I leave the house. So anyway, let me show you the highlighters. Hopefully that's not like too... I'll go ahead and open them, pull these out. So Julie's Plans mentioned these not too long ago. She was just so like, oh my god, about these. I was watching one of her Friday night lives when she talked about it. She kind of sneaked it to us before she shared it on her feed as a post. But I actually like watched it in the backwards order. I didn't know that she had done a Friday Night Live about these. And then I had seen the post, and the post itself didn't really make me like, okay, I want to go get those highlighters. Then I watched the Friday Night Live, because she was talking about the seasonal surprise box. So if you want to go find it, it's the Friday Night Live that she did, where she talked about the summer surprise box that just came out, her thoughts on it. And because I received that box, I had my own thoughts, and so I wanted to hear what hers were. And at the end of that one, she talked about the highlighters and some pens, colored pens that this company sent her to try. And so I decided, when I saw that they were on sale for Prime, I already had them in my cart waiting, but when I saw that they were on sale for Prime, I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and get them now, and I'll go ahead and get like the whole 12 count. And I like how you can hear on camera the clicking, and can see that it locks right here. And so if you were to try and slip this into your pocket, it would, let me lift this, it would retract. So that is a cool little trick. And I realized the day it came, because I was looking it up to show my daughter what I was getting. I didn't realize when I initially ordered it that these are refillable. So I guess somewhere, maybe on their own website, I don't know if they sell them on Amazon, I haven't looked, but you can get like refills for inside. I'm pretty sure it probably like unscrews somewhere, but I thought that was interesting, because with pens you can refill it, but what highlighters do you refill? And this is so neat to be able to do that number. And this little clip, if you want to clip it onto something, works just like a regular pen one. Hang on, let me turn this a little bit so I can show you. This one is kind of like a mustard, I would say. And they don't have names on it. So, and I'm writing on, this is Plum paper dot grid. And if you have been around Plum paper community, then you might know their paper. Their dot grid is a little bit narrow. It's, I want to say 4 millimeters. Let me read and see if this says, no, it doesn't say on the packaging the size width of the highlighter, But if you have mild liners, which I just used that one. A lot of people have mild liners. So I did do the mild liner next to this, and it does look like it's the same width as the mild liner. So that's cool. But these fit perfectly within these dot grid, these dots, which these are a narrower spacing than the 1/4 inch that these line spacings are. So if I were to use this on there, it's gonna look like that. Same thing, because these are mild liners. So and they feel nice to write with. Like, they're a little bit thicker body than the mild liners. I told my kids, I'm like, I'm never going to remove the order of these just because it looks so darn pretty. So I just wish these had names. I think this one is the most like mint. This sort of feels more like teal to me. This one's the closest to like olive. Like, if you have the neutral mild liners, then that's the closest to olive. This one surprised me because I was like, whoa, that one's kind of dark, but pretty, just dark. So this one has lots of greens. I wouldn't say, even though the body of this one kind of looks like it's a blue shade, it's more like a gray green, kind of. And then this one almost looks like a purple gray. So they are so pretty. I have to decide what color scheme I'm going to use for next week's spread, but I'm definitely going to be using these highlighters next week, and I will for sure do a reel to share on my Instagram if you are following me over there, and you'll see it. So yeah, that's just so pretty. And I'll show you here, this is where I was testing yesterday some of the mild liner shades to kind of see how they compared. So these were the ones that were like the most mild shades that I have. The one I'm missing from the mild liners right now, the only one I'm missing in my set is that dusty rose color, which is, I would imagine, something like this. And you know what? I have some Erin Condren neutral shades. Let me go grab those highlighters real quick so I can put them right next to this so we can kind of see where those fit in here. Okay, so these are the Erin Condren highlighters that I think they are pastel. I'm pretty sure that's probably what they're called on the site, if they still have them. I'm pretty sure they still do because these are not that old. So I picked these up like around the time when they had like the Flora, thinking that it would probably match the Flora shades, which it didn't. So see, this one I know it's kind of like a purple. That one's very close to the lilac mild liner, so it's not really close to that. So this one is not going to match anything, I know, because this is like a blue. Yeah, that one's like a blue. I like this color, it's so pretty. That one sort of is like the smoky blue that the mild liner is. I don't have those with me, but let's see. This one is like a blush. So I feel like that one is definitely the closest to this pinkish blush color. Almost looks like identical, in fact, to it. So if you have these Erin Condren ones and you like this pink, it's basically the same. This gray is probably, yeah, it's a little bit lighter. And the green. The green, this one's gonna be like an in between these two. So this one's definitely not like this because these are more like muted. This one's more bright, like a, almost like fluorescent. Yeah, this one's definitely an in between this blue green and the summer green for the mild liner shades. But yeah, in case anybody was kind of curious about that. See, this is that olive I was telling you. It's very close, but looking at them side by side, this olive looks more brown than green. This one has more green in it. But yeah, I like these shades. They gave me basically more options for colors that I didn't already have. About the only thing that was almost like a dead match is this Erin Condren highlighter. Pretty much matches that pink almost exactly. And yeah, I am going to have to figure out what colors I'm going to use for next week, and I'll share that over on Instagram, so make sure you're following me over there if you want to see that. And that's it for today. I will go ahead and check. Oh, I gotta write down toilets on here, but I will go ahead and try and remember to check in tomorrow morning, tomorrow sometime, to do a like final. If I forget, then thanks for watching. And I hope that, you know, so far this was inspiring and gave you some ideas. If you like this kind of stuff, make sure that you are subscribed. And if anything, like I probably won't pop in here tomorrow because tomorrow I know I'm going to be tired in the morning from coming back late. And yeah, I'm just going to call it here, guys. This was a very long video, and I kudos to people who film every single day and do these sorts of things every day to share. I don't think I could do this every single day. Of course, it would be different when my kids are back in school, but it takes a lot because it's not just filming it and it's me editing it afterwards. Oh, and I hear my daughter screaming, so that is my cue to leave here. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.